First question for Steven Matz tonight comes from Steve Gelbs.
Hey, Steven, what was the issue tonight?
I mean, it seems like they're seeing me really well. I feel like I had good stuff today. And, normally when I feel this good, I'm able to locate the ball and stuff. And, they were just getting if I missed by a couple inches here and there, they were getting me. So, I got to get with Hefner and make some adjustments here because, 2 games like this is unacceptable. It's just putting my team in a position like that, in the third, fourth inning is just unacceptable. So I gotta look at some stuff and readdress some things. So I'm not really sure right now, but I'm going to go look at it.
Any theories as to why the home run ball has been such an issue?
Same thing. I don't have an answer right now. Like I said, I feel really good at coming in, from spring training 2.0. I felt like it was in one of the better spots I've ever been. I feel great. So I just got to address it. I got to look and talk to Hefner and see what he sees. And I really got to make an adjustment. Last game is, 1 game, but now it's 2 games in a row. And when they're on me like that, I got to look and see what's going on.
Next question comes from Tony DeComo.
Hey, Steven, this has obviously been a really good rotation for a really long time. What is just the concern level between some guys scuffling right now, other guys hurt or not here? What is just the concern level overall with the rotation?
I don't think it's too much concern. I think for me, looking at these back-to-back starts, I think I'm concerned. Like I said, I got to address some things. I'm like, especially giving up the home run ball that's been killing me here so far. So I think that we have a great staff. I think, our potential is really high. And so for me personally, I'm really disappointed in myself and letting the team down. So like I said, I'm just going to get to work and just try to be better and get with Hefner and really try to, put my finger on some of these things that have been going on.
Thank you.
Next question comes from Justin Toscano.
Hey, Steven, right when you leave the field and you're in the dugout there, are you thinking about the outing? Are you trying to flush the outing? What's going through your head in those following hours?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think about the outing, think about the mistakes that I made and how they made me pay for them. Like I said, I feel really good. I feel strong. I feel like my pitches are actually pretty sharp. I mean, I feel like I'm throwing a good changeup. And so I'm just trying to figure out, what is it? Why are they so on me these past 2 games? I saw some of the replays and, those pitches weren't terrible pitches, but they're hitting them out of the park. And so I'm just trying to figure all that stuff out. But at the end of the day, you do got to flush it and, move forward. But, it's not something that I'm just going to forget. It's something that, I got to look at here. I got to be better.
Thank you.
Next question comes from Mike Puma.
Steve, when you say you wonder why they're so on you, do you worry that maybe tipping your pitches?
Yeah, I mean, that's something that I can look at, definitely. I haven't had any word that I was, but, that's, like I said, it's all things are on the table at this point. And so that's something that maybe I'll go back and see and, ask some of the guys around here who are good at seeing that stuff if they see anything. And, yeah, so, I mean, like I said, I haven't heard about that, but, it's something I have to look at.
Next question comes from Tim Healy.
Who are those people you can ask about the pitch tipping? Who has an eye for that stuff?
I'll get with our pitching coaches. I'm not fully sure. I know, some of our hitters may be good at it, and so I'll just kind of ask around. And like I said, I'm going to get with Hef and just kind of go through it all. And we used to have some guys around here, but with the tier levels, I don't think they could be around right now. So we'll see.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time this evening, Steven.
Hey, Jeff, what do you make of what do you make of where you guys are at 17 games into the season now? You're muted.
Season left to, start playing some good baseball, get back in the race. But, we just, got to go out there every single day, play hard, and, hopefully get back into this thing pretty soon.
Steve was just saying that he felt like he had good stuff out there tonight, and for some reason, the Nationals just been on him these last couple of starts. He talked about potentially even looking into if he's tipping his pitches. Is that something that you would be able to pick up as a hitter watching video at all? Is that something that you could take a look at and help him with? He's talked about looking at some of the video and asking some of the guys in the room.
Yeah, I know a lot of hitters, can kind of pick up on that kind of stuff. I'd have to look in the video, but, they're putting some really good swings on balls. I thought he did make some good pitches that, got hit. I don't know if they're just sitting on them or they're, he's tipping his pitches, but, the Nats can, they can swing the bat. So, got to give it to them today.
Next question comes from Justin Toscano.
Hey, Jeff, obviously every loss counts the same, but as a team, what's tougher to move on from? A loss in Atlanta where you guys give up a big lead, or a loss like this that's, out of hand early and a blowout?
They're both tough. They all count the same. So, I don't think we take any loss, harder than the other. But, what we need to do is come out tomorrow, play good baseball. I think they got Scherzer on the mound. So, it's going to be a battle and grind tomorrow. And, we got to, start winning some ball games.
Thank you.
Next question comes from Tim Britton.
Hey, Jeff, just wondering what your reaction was when you heard that Marcus Stroman was opting out for the season.
It's definitely tough. It's his decision and we respect it, but, ultimately he's got to do what's best for him. And, he feels like, it's not safe to play, and, I'm sure the whole team, respects that.
Thanks.
Thank you for your time this evening, Jeff.
Thanks, guys.
Louis, from your vantage point, what was the issue with Matz tonight?
Matzy, Steve, he stuff-wise looked good. The velo was there. The changeup, looked really good in the first inning. I thought from my angle, I saw him slow down in a few of the secondary pitches, which definitely causes a hitter to stop to and get a better read that is something soft that's coming. So I saw that a few times. And maybe the execution as far as like leaving some pitches up in the zone, like slider to Cavi or the fastball to Turner. So, some pitches were a little off, but stuff wise, velo wise, and the changeup, those two pitches were, probably the two more effective pitches that he had as far as like stuff wise.
He seemed perplexed at the swings that the Nationals were taking. He said he felt like he had pretty good stuff. He didn't rule out the possibility that, maybe he's tipping some pitches. Is that something that you've seen as a possibility? And is it something you guys are going to look into here?
There's always a possibility of that could be the case. I didn't see him necessarily tipping the pitches. I did see him slowing down in some of the breaking balls, some of the curveballs, not the changeup, the curveballs that he was throwing tonight. And we can always look at video and see anything different that he was doing in order to pick up some of the things that he may be doing that batters are able to just pick up real quick. So something that we got to do immediately, so we can give him some feedback and we can work on some things to get him ready for his next outing.
Next question comes from Rich Catino.
Hey, Louis, everything that's gone on with the rotation, especially the last 48 hours, with Walker on the injured list and losing Stroman opted out today, how concerned are you about the depth of the rotation, and what do you do going forward about it?
Right now, we're focusing in our bullpen. That Wednesday's game, which is still a TBD. It's something that we're thinking of. We use the bullpen during the weekend. you know, there was a game a few days ago that, you know, some of our pitchers step up and gave us some length. And that will always, you know, help your bullpen recover and do some things out of that. But, you know, 5 innings out of Jake, and then, you know, 4 from Matz tonight. I mean, kind of like exposes a little bit of the bullpen back-to-back days when you're looking at Wednesday. So that's one of the things that right now we're thinking of, and you know, not having who's going to start yet that day. That's still, we got to wait on to see how the game goes tomorrow and what we can have for that day. So it's you know, as far as the starting rotation, it's just that what we're looking for. We're just looking for that length that they could give us at the beginning. I mean, last outing that Rick had for us, you know, against the Nationals, he's the one that's given us the furthest outing for 7 innings. So we're looking at something like that to get that relief to the bullpen and then have a good plan for that Wednesday. But the rest of the case for our rotation, I mean, I said it earlier today, we have some guys that can give us depth. We have some guys that can come in, step in, and also get stretched out, you know. So those have been part of the plans, part of the conversations that we have, you know, looking forward, looking to the near future.
Thank you.
Next question comes from Tony DeComo.
Hey, Louis, kind of on a similar note, I mean, as you stand here today, are you worried about the rotation?
I mean, not at all. We have our starters. I mean, the one day, and I keep going back to it, it's Wednesday that we still TBD, and you know, we have the 4 starters, and you know, to take Waka's spot there on the Wednesday is the one day that we gotta you know, as we get close to that day, start talking about it. And obviously we gotta wait for tomorrow's game, and then so we can have a clarification on the plan that we're gonna have. We talked about different things, but there's nothing that we can set still, you know, waiting on what's going to happen on tomorrow's game and what will be used for that matter.
And also, how did Guillorme pitching, how did that come about?
Well, you know, the score and obviously thinking of the bullpen, trying to save it. You know, Drew came in, gave us a really good quick inning, and we didn't want to do an up and down with him. So, you know, I prepped Guillorme a couple of innings before, just telling him, hey, if this happens, you may be in the game. Just start getting ready mentally, and don't overdo things. Just, you know, go. We want the guys to stay healthy as well. But he's, you know, step up and give us something there, give us an inning, you know, to help the bullpen for tomorrow, and then that will, you know, transfer also to Wednesday. So. That's the reason why we used him. That's what we communicated with him. We wanted him to take care of himself, not to try to do too much, you know, just to get the ball with the plate, have him swinging, and you know, he got quick out of there.
Thank you.
Next question comes from Tim Healy.
Hey, Luis. When you say that Matz slowed down some of those curveballs, do you mean the velocity or the way, or how quickly he delivered it?
Yeah, his mechanics. You know, it's almost like, when he's about to release it, about to throw it, you can see that he's almost like pulling himself back a little bit, you know, just for the velos. And it can definitely cause a tip. It's different than when you're being aggressive finishing a pitch. And, you know, those are a few times we saw it from our angle in the dugout, which is his open side. So, you know, something to look at, you know, at least for the breaking ball standpoint, the curveball standpoint.
And then on the strike 3 to Castro that got away, is that a pitch that Ramos should be able to block?
I haven't seen the video yet, how far to his mid side it is. You know, but something we can look at to just see if Wilson had a chance on it. But you know, it's baseball. I mean, sometimes this stuff is going to happen, and you know, next batter hits a homer, and I mean, what can you do after that? But we can definitely look at it, and you know, we'll talk to Wilson and see how he moved and how he reacted when the pitch was buried, and see what I slowed down that pitch for him.
Thank you.
Come Britton.
Hey, Louis, what you're seeing from Nimmo defensively in center field, it looked like a tough read on that Cabrera double there in the fifth.
There was that ball he went directly to his arm side, and you know, instead of taking a little bit of a drop step, creating an angle behind the ball, he went directly to it and then ended up going back. So, you know, one of the things that me being the outfield coach before, to those guys, I remember talking to them about always staying behind those balls, especially those line drives that you don't know if they're going to have backspin or topspin. So one of the, protections that these guys can do is just create a little bit of a back angle so they're behind the ball. Anything that moves differently, you can come in and make a catch. So he just went directly laterally, and the ball, obviously had some backspin, and then he had to go back and went over his head. So, just initial bad route, and then he got burned by the ball.
Thank you.
Next question comes from Bruce Beck.
Louis, do you throw a game like this out, or do you go back and break down every inning?
No, this is, we talked about this. We got to start focusing on tomorrow, and we can pick up some things like, what we share about Matz here, what we share about Ramos here with block or not, if he could have, and there's some things that we can think of and use it as a teaching tool. But, the game itself, we just gotta watch it and focus on tomorrow. Take the things that we can work on, make some adjustments, and come back tomorrow and compete, because we're playing nationals again.
Louis, are you a little frustrated that you haven't been able to build momentum? You come off the back-to-back wins and had a real opportunity here to kind of kick it into gear?
No, not really. We're there's been some tough games, Bruce, and we know that, and the good thing about it is that these guys, they know how good they are. That's why they battle in every game, and they always play hard until the last out of the game. You guys saw JD going the first to third with 16-2 ball game, and it's the way these guys play. So there's no frustration. Right now we're feeding every day from the things, knowing that we're a lot better, and so these guys are going to come in tomorrow and they're going to play, as hard as they play every day. They know how good of a team they are. The camaraderie is there, everything is there. So no frustration at all. We're still in good motivation and good team chemistry.
Louis, thank you for your time this evening.
All right. Good night, guys.
This concludes the Mets post-game Zoom room.
All right, everybody. Questions for Juan, and we have Octavio here as well off camera. Mark Zuckerman, NASASports.com.
Did you watch the home run and see where it landed, and what did you think?
I see where I landed, right where I hit it. I followed the ball all the way. I want to see if I get it in the apple. But yeah, I see it, and it was way far.
How good of a feeling is that when you can make contact like that, especially when it comes as part of a big rally for you guys?
It feels amazing. More when you think they try to sneak something on you and you just react. It feels amazing. When you hit the ball like that, it's just a good feeling. And more when you try to help your team and try to get the lead early, it feels good.
Jesse Doherty, Washington Post.
Hey Juan, what stands out to you and impresses you about what Asdrubal does at the plate?
Oh, he's amazing. How he's swinging the bat right now and how he's doing everything, he's been great. The second homer today was impressive. It was almost one with one hand and everything. It's just amazing. He's getting better. He's improving both sides, and we're gonna need him a lot.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Jessica Cameron, LB.com.
Hey Juan, for all the home runs that you have hit, do you ever surprise yourself with how far you hit them?
Not at all, because sometimes I most of the time I don't see where they landed. I just see after in a video or anything. But mostly every homer I hit, I feel really good, and I try to see as long as I can. But it's tough. I gotta run the bases. But it feels good to see how far they landed and everything.
At this point, when you hit the ball as far as you do, does it feel differently, or how does it feel when it leaves your bat?
Oh, it's really impressive because you don't even feel it. You just see the ball jumping off the bat, and don't feel anything, just try to run and try to enjoy it and run the bases. It's just a good feeling.
Byron Kerr, MassSports.com.
Juan, how does it feel for your team to have a laugher like this, where you get up, score 16 runs, everybody pretty much gets involved when you have to deal with COVID and all these serious subjects? How great was it for the team to kind of relax and have such a huge game where everybody could have fun?
I mean, it's really important. I think it's really important right now to have those games because it gives you the energy you need. It gives you the ¿cómo se dice? Adrenaline that you need to keep yourself up because you don't have any fans to give you that adrenaline and to come through with it. So I think is winning a couple games like that to keep the adrenaline up there.
Can you appreciate as a teammate what Patrick Corbin can do with his slider and the way he can change speeds?
I mean, he's amazing. Don't even if you don't have his speed, he is still competitive, throwing the slider. I faced him a couple times in spring training, and I think it's one of the toughest sliders I ever see because he's so nasty. So I'm really excited that he's in my side and happy to have him here and how he grind every day and how he have fun. You see him really quiet, but he really likes to have fun.
Jesse Sanchez, MLB.com.
Hey Juan, I spoke to Fernando Tatis today, and he said how proud he was of you and of Ronald Acuna and a lot of young Latino stars out there. So is there anything you guys have in common amongst yourself?
I mean, Tatis, anything we talk about is just about baseball. And I think I feel really good about him because I know where we come from. We all come from the same year. We signed in the same year. We come from down there and see guys who you make tryouts as a free agent and now play with them in the big leagues and they do it really well. It's just really impressive, and I really feel really good about him and everything he's done. I think he's a really good player. I think he's gonna be a really good player in the future. Where he get more big and more more smart in the plate and everything. He's gonna be one of the greatest.
Last question. So how does it make you feel that so many of the rising stars in baseball are Latino, from the Dominican Republic, from Venezuela, from different countries like that?
Última pregunta. ¿Cómo te sientes saber de que muchos de las estrellas jóvenes subiendo en las grandes ligas ahorita, las estrellas que tenemos, la mayoría son latinos, pues, por ejemplo, de la Dominicana, Venezuela, de las partes, pues, de Latinoamérica?
It feels amazing. It feels good. That can tell you that they're doing it really well down there. They're really treating the players really good down there, and we're trying to do our best. We Latin players with Dominican, Venezuela, but we all feel the same. We all feel together, and we always been talking, try to make adjustment. I tried sometimes some guys you just need to give some advice to come up and they start doing the things how they want it. But that means we really close. We're really together and we're coming up together as just one part of the war. So the Latin players coming up together right now.
All right, thanks Juan. Thanks, O. And I'll be right back with us.